short speech. I think it's just 5 pages. I'll inflict it on you. I don't know what they've put in there. And so, Togbi Afede, your name is here again. But I've acknowledged you. And so let me say, I'll proceed on the established protocol and say that it's an honor to be here once again at this 12th Annual Conference of Chairpersons of Governing Boards and Councils, Chief Directors, and Chief Executives of the Public Services of Ghana. This gathering holds special significance for me as it is the third time that I've had the honor of addressing it. I did so first as Vice President in 2011. And then again during my first, it says administration, but let me say my first incarnation as President. In 2015, I had the opportunity to address this August Assembly. And now in 2025, as President of the Republic, in our second phase of national transformation, I have the honor again to stand before you. Every time I stand before this esteemed assembly, I'm reminded that the public service is the heartbeat of our governance and our administration. It is the institutional engine that breathes life into the policies that we make as government, the bridge between government and the people, and the vessel through which our national aspirations are realized. The theme of this year's conference, Strengthening Public Sector Leadership and Governance to Enhance Service Delivery, resonates deeply with my vision of resetting our dear nation, Ghana. This is a vision that is rooted in restoring efficiency, integrity, and professionalism across all sectors of our national life. When I speak of a reset, it's not mere sloganeering. It's a solemn call to action. It's about restoring the fundamentals of governance, rebuilding public trust, and readjusting our institutions to serve our citizens with fairness, transparency, and a sense of purpose. Development cannot be attained solely through political will. It requires a capable, ethical, and empowered civil service that can implement government policy with accuracy, innovation, and responsibility. One of the persistent challenges in Ghana's public administration is a lack of a centralized, integrated personnel database. This system thoroughly records recruitments, promotions, remunerations, and retirement processes across the public service. And I mean, you can't understand why in the 21st century government does not have a proper database of people that it employs. And so nurses and teachers have to sit for God knows how many months unpaid until some slow bureaucratic process goes from the district to the region, from the region to the headquarters, to Ministry of Finance, to Auditor General. Please, we need an HRMIS as soon as possible. This fragmentation has caused inefficiencies, data inconsistencies, and reduced oversight. It's also part of the reason why ghosts, come out of their graves and come and take money from our Accountant General's department. So to resolve this, I'm instructing all public service institutions, whether subvented or not subvented, to be fully integrated into the Human Resource Management Information System. This integration will establish the HRMIS as the single authoritative source of personnel data, ensuring accountability, transparency, and efficiency in human resource management across our entire public sector. In 2015, the Public Service Commission, in collaboration with the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission and the Central Management Agencies, introduced the Performance Management System, the PMS, to enhance accountability and deliver better services. Although this system represented a vital reform, its implementation has encountered ongoing challenges, especially the weak link between productivity and reward. All over the world today, reward is associated with performance. But here we have something we call across board. Across board. So the lazy one gets, the hardworking one gets the same. And what it does is it deters the hardworking ones from giving off more than they can. And so if we can put a performance management system in place, it should help us to overcome this weakness. I remember when I was minister, we had the first attempt, one of the multilateral institutions made the first attempt in collaboration with government, to do a pilot to put in a clocking system. And I won't mention the ministry. We selected one ministry to start. There was almost a strike because it was linked to the accountant general. So when you came, you had to put your biometric and clock in, and then it will register that you came at this time. When you close, you clock out. And then at the end of the month, it will publish how long you were at work behind your desk and all that. There was almost a strike. We had to back down. But in the 21st century, I mean, why didn't you come to work? Now who said and and yet we go abroad and it can be snowing, a thunderstorm will appear at work. You know, we need to develop the same attitudes and culture here. They say, why didn't you come to work? Oh, my mother's sister's auntie's daughter died, so we had to go for a funeral or an outdooring or something. So to address this, the Ministry of Finance, the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, and the Public Service Commission have now created a pay for performance and productivity framework. And my hope is that this time this will work. Accordingly, I'm instructing these agencies to pilot the implementation of the framework starting in January 2026 as a crucial step towards institutionalizing a performance-driven culture that rewards diligence, information, and measurable outcomes in the public service. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot discuss leadership transformation without addressing gender inclusion. This is what I was talking about. Women currently hold about 27% of leadership roles in Ghana's public service. This is a modest improvement, but one that highlights the need for further progress. Today, however, we find ourselves at a historic turning point. For the first time in our nation's history, Ghana has a female vice president, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, a woman of intellect, character, and unwavering dedication to public service. Her elevation is therefore more than just symbolic. It serves as a powerful statement of belief in women's ability to lead at the highest levels of governance. And it also extends an invitation to every institution present here to further the cause of gender equality. Therefore, in accordance with the Affirmative Action Gender Equity Act 2024, Act 1121, I'm instructing all boards and council chairpersons and chief executives to ensure that the objectives of the Act are achieved within the specified dates and benchmarks outlined in the Act. And I mentioned that to you already, 30% by 2026, and 35% by 2028, and 50% by 2030. By then I'll be retired and be on my farm. And so you guys who continue can make sure that you achieve those targets. Toby Chairman, the 24-hour economy program is a cornerstone of my administration's transformation agenda. It represents a bold and pragmatic shift from a raw materials-based economy to a productive, value-added, and globally competitive nation. Through its sub-programs, Grow 24, Make 24, Aspire 24, and Fund 24, the initiative aims to optimize the use of land, labor, and capital, and time. Its goal is to boost industrial production, generate over 1.7 million jobs within 4 years, and enhance Ghana's role in regional and global trade. The initiative embodies the new work ethic and productive energy needed to reset Ghana's development model, focusing on efficiency, innovation, and inclusion. We've submitted the 24-hour Economy Authority Bill to Parliament for consideration. And even as we await the passage of the bill, I wish to commend agencies like the Passport Office, the Ports and Harbours Authority, and other agencies that have initiated the 24-hour economy program and incorporated it into their operations even in advance of the passage of the authority bill.